Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to get right into it so I'm not wasting any of your time. Obviously, today we got another dump after we got a pump, and it just seems to be the repeating cycle that happens over and over and over again recently. But I want to go through it and explain to you guys what my thoughts are on this and why this happened. Now, if you guys by any chance happen to watch my video 2 days ago, I had mentioned that even though the government is on track to open up, and it should either tonight or tomorrow, all that liquidity is going to take some time to flow back into the market. There's people who haven't been paid for weeks. There's government contracts that had to be put on pause, and there's government programs that haven't been funded. All that's not going to instantly flow back into the market even once the government opens back up, which it hasn't even done yet, which is why I was led to believe that this pump right here was a little bit of a fake out. And really, more than anything, what it ended up doing is just getting a bunch of people piled into long positions because they thought that we were going to keep going up higher. And as we've seen today, what the market did was just dump right back down and probably humble a couple people along the way. Now, like I said, there's almost $1 trillion worth of money that's being held up right now until the government get open, and then that money can be released. But I believe, as I stated in my video 2 days ago, that until we get a week or two period after the government actually opens, we are just going to continue to be in this choppy area that we've been in over this last 7 to 10 days, where we've really been hugging this 50 weekly moving average. And I have said over and over and over again that this indicator, this 50 weekly moving average, is the most important thing that we can be keeping an eye out for right now. Because I don't care what any YouTuber or professional or somebody who's been doing this for 10 years says. Nobody knows for sure which way the market's going to go right now. Everybody can make their guess, their assumptions based on experience and history and everything they want, but nobody knows for sure what way this market's going to move right now. There are people that had justifications for saying that we topped on October 6th, and that keeps to the 4 year cycle. And there's people that are justified in saying that we have a little bit of an extended cycle and might top out in 2026. For right now, all we can do is watch and see how we react to this 50 weekly moving average and make our best guess and have a plan for upwards and have a plan for downwards. And what I've been doing is watching this 50 weekly moving average. What I want to see is for Bitcoin to build support on this 50 weekly moving average and show some strength and shoot above it as we get a couple weeks, a week or two into this government shutdown ending, and build some confidence back into the market. But right now, it's going both ways. And if we get a couple weekly closes below this 50 weekly moving average, it basically confirms that we're going into a bear market. So you need to have a plan if that's the way it goes. Now, luckily on Sunday here, we were able to shoot above this and close the weekly candle above that, which is good news. And we're going to see which way we go from here. But in my opinion, over the next couple weeks, what we will do is continue to chop. And as you can see, for a lot of this year, all we've done is chop, chop, chop. We've had some breakouts and some moves up, but overall, what we've really done is chop. And I think that's going to continue to be the pattern here. And I've stated in some of my previous videos that if that's the pattern Bitcoin's going to take, then I don't want to be on the sideline for the whole cycle, waiting and hoping that we eventually just get an alt season. So what I started doing was getting into some swing trades, and I'm going to continue doing that. And for example, I opened an XRP trade today. Now that Bitcoin has come back down, I believe we will at some point in the very near future get a move back up before we chop back down, because that's what's consistently happened. That additional, in fact, with the XRP ETF that's coming out, I believe that will give it a little bit more of a move. I'm not looking for a 2 or 3x here. If XRP can even make a 10, 15, 20% move, and 20% is me being generous, I'm just selling and taking some money. It's better, in my opinion, for me to do that and at least make some money off the table than to be sidelined waiting and hoping for something that to happen that I'm not 100% sure yet if it's actually going to happen. In addition, What also happened during this time is people got really excited and basically loaded into longs, which is why I'm not surprised we had this move back down. You can see over the last 24 hours, 613 million dollars worth of liquidations, and about 500 million of that was longs, which is to be expected because the market moved down. Now, moving forward, still, even right now, down to just 98K basically, we have another $3 billion worth of liquidations. And that move is very possible. We've already gotten down to that point already, and it would not surprise me if we hit it again. Now, am I saying that we go right down right here? No, I'm not necessarily saying that, although it could happen. We might make a move up, go back to this resistance around 107 that we hit, and then go right back down, get people excited, have them load into longs, and go right back down. And like I said, I believe this is going to be the pattern for the next couple weeks. Maybe more, maybe a little bit less, but at least until that the liquidity from the government being closed has time to flow back into the market, some consumer confidence has time to come back in until the SEC can start approving these altcoin ETFs and the Clarity Act can get approved. I believe we have a period of time here where we're going to see a chop before we have a move one way or the other. I personally believe that we will ultimately see a move back up. I'm not guaranteeing all-time highs or anything like that. I just believe we will see a noticeable move back up within the next, month and a half or so. And that's not guaranteed. This is not financial advice. Please read the disclaimer down below. But that's what I believe will happen. But in the short term, we need to watch for this volatility. And my plan is to try to take advantage of that volatility by making some money along the way so I'm not left on the sidelines the whole way. That's my opinion on what's happening right now. That's my opinion on the short term and the longer term. If you guys have any questions or have any of your own theories, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll give you my opinion on them.